It was once said that choices are the hinges of destiny, and we make many choices on a day-to-day basis, including what clothes to wear, what food to eat, as well as maybe hiring a new employee. These all fall under the decision-making process, which some great and some small decisions need to be made. So I feel that the decision-making skill is important for a human resource management position, and I'm going to be discussing some ways to improve my decision-making skills. I want to use the paddle method, which will be discussed later. As well, I want to focus on the first step, which is defining and structuring the problem by assessing the key stakeholders and using an affinity diagram. I want to establish a time frame for putting my plan into practice, and I want to measure my success and failures by examining my bank account and my spending habits. So the paddle method is described on page 90 on Managing Organizational Behaviors by Dr. Baldwin, Dr. Bomer, and Dr. Rubin, and it describes the 5 steps for a problem-solving framework. So the P stands for defining and structuring the problem, A is assessing the alternatives, D is deciding the course of action, I is implementing the course of action, and L is learning from the course of action. So I want to be able to focus on the first step. I want to be able to define and structure a problem better because the assessment center results were specific in that area and it was significantly low. So I'm going to practice the techniques of assessing a key stakeholder, which is everyone who has a stake in the problem or the solution. And I want to be able to implement an affinity diagram, which is posting the problem or statement and being able to write as many potential causes of the problem as possible. For example, if I were a human resource management and needed to cut costs in the company, I would be able to write the problem and be able to list all the causes of taking money from one part of the company and giving more money for another part of the company. So I want to be able to put a time frame into place for me to put my plan into practice. I want to be able to start today. I feel that every day is an opportunity to be able to make better decisions. If I get it now, it'll be easier when transitioning into a human resource manager. So to be able to measure my successes and failures, I want to examine my bank account and my spending habits. A successful day would be to curb my spending habits in unnecessary areas, and then an unsuccessful day would be overindulging in my spending habits in those areas. So in conclusion, in order to improve my decision-making skills, I want to be able to assess key stakeholders and use an affinity diagram. So starting today and implementing my plan, I want to better prepare myself for the future of being a human resource manager. I want to be able to measure my success and failures through measuring my bank account and my spending habits. I'm so excited to see how these techniques will improve my skills of becoming a human resource manager. Thank you.